Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about growing as a believer, and then in my thoughts, in my meditation, I went into the Bible and I studied the fathers of faith. Notice I said fathers of faith. You see, in our generation, particularly my generation, Gen Zs, believers in my generation, we prioritize knowledge over faith. And the problem is, you can only please God by faith, right? Only through faith can you please God. Now, let me put that into context for you. The generation ahead of us, right? The fathers of faith at the moment, right? These men worked wonders in God. And the one of the major difference between their generation and our generation, what sets them aside from we, is that they have grown in faith so much that God has given them this level of power and certainty in Him. Okay, let me take out people that we know now. Let's talk about people in the Bible, right? In the Bible, especially if you read Hebrews, when Hebrews was describing people that did wonders in God, he did describe them as people that knew God. Knowing God is important. Don't get distracted. Don't get it wrong. Knowing God is quite important, but having faith in God, believing in God, because your level of growth as a believer is not in knowledge. The devil has knowledge. Angels have knowledge. Anybody can have knowledge, but still will not believe. The level of growth in Christ as a believer is not in knowledge, but in faith. Because in faith in Him, that is when we can actually grow in Him. That is when we can actually please God. Abraham, the father of faith, he didn't really know much about the strategies of the angels, the going up and down of spiritual things. No, but he had so much faith in God that when God told him that I will give you a son, he believed with all his heart. When God told him that your descendant will be like the stars of the sky, this man did not have a single hair. He believed. He was old and he did not have a single hair. Let me put that into context for you. Imagine you being an old man. You've lived 80 years of your life. You did not have a single child. You don't have a child. You don't have anybody to your name. And then somebody comes to tell you that your descendants will be as many as the sands in the sea. Tell me how you want to believe that. Abraham believed that, right? Okay. Then God now told Abraham to take that his one son after he has given him his son. Take that his one son. God has told you that your descendant will be plenty as the stars in the sky. God has told you that this Isaac is the son through which I promised you, right? Okay. Now take that son and go and kill him. And without question, now the Bible did not record that Abraham asked question, so I believe that he went without question. Without question, Abraham went and he did it. Right? You see, only through believing in God, only through having complete faith in God, can we actually grow. That is the measurement of our growth as a believer. Faith in God. And through knowledge, we learn to love Him. Through knowledge, we learn to appreciate who He is. Through knowledge, we learn to awe in Him. There's no way we can know all the knowledge, but by faith in Him. That is how we grow. That is how we become more and more and more and more in Christ.